You just tested positive for HIV, and suddenly your whole world may feel like it has stopped. Your mind may be racing with hundreds of questions, and Googling on the internet will only make it worse. So, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do in the first 30 days, how to confirm that result, start treatment safely, and handle the emotional weight of this first month. And most importantly, I'm going to share the one daily habit that eventually makes the virus practically disappear from your blood work, giving you back control of your life because HIV today is treatable. Step 1. Confirm the results. If your positive test was from a home test, rapid test, or screening test, it needs confirmatory testing because there are two possibilities. First, it's a mistake. That is, you do not have HIV and your test is positive. You may be wondering if this is even possible. The answer is yes, it is. It's rare, but it's true. Sometimes other things in your blood can set off the test by mistake. And second possibility is it's not a mistake, it's true positive and you have HIV. Hence, it's very important that you get confirmatory test by blood test through a clinic, urgent care, public health department or primary care office. Tell them, I had a positive HIV screening test and I need confirmatory testing. Do not delay. Do not sit alone with fear for weeks. Confirmation is the first step towards control. Here, we look for HIV virus in your blood by PCR to confirm. Depending on where you are located, a large city or a small town, this turnaround may take from 1 to 2 weeks. Waiting for these test results is the hardest part. You shouldn't carry that weight alone by yourself, which is why step 2 is about finding your anchor. Pick one trusted partner, a friend, a family member, a neighbor, or someone you can trust and can be there emotionally to give you comfort. If possible, you can take them to your next appointment so you're not facing them alone. You can tell them, I got some medical news, I am concerned and I need support. And if you don't have someone who you can talk to right now, that's okay. But having someone may make the process a little easier. Follow up with your doctor about your confirmatory test. If they find zero HIV virus in your blood sample, it means it was a mistake. And if they find anything more than zero, it means HIV is confirmed. This is where many people fail. Step 3. Get connected to HIV care quickly. Once HIV is confirmed, the next step is getting into care. This may be with an infectious disease doctor, HIV clinic, primary care doctor trained in HIV, public health clinic. You can ask your doctor who they can refer to or Google HIV care or doctor near me. Be patient. This may take little time based on availability, insurance, location, etc. And it's okay. While you are waiting for those medical referrals to go through, your mind might start to spiral. This is the moment to stop trying to be strong on your own. Step 4 is about building your support system because the people you choose to let in right now will be the ones who help you turn this diagnosis into a manageable part of your life. You may feel shock, fear, anger, guilt, numbness, or even relief at having an answer. These are extremely common responses to a serious diagnosis. Give yourself permission to feel, notice, and name what you are feeling. I am scared, I am angry, I am ashamed, etc. Remind yourself, HIV today is a manageable chronic condition with normal or near normal life expectancy and on treatment. Try not to judge your emotions. They will change over days and weeks. Choose 1 or 2 trusted people to tell. You do not have to tell everyone, especially not right away. Pick one person who is likely to respond with care. Get professional mental health support early. Many people benefit from counseling or therapy in the first weeks after diagnosis. It can lower anxiety, depression, and help you process the stigma and fears. Look for therapists, social workers, or support groups experienced with HIV. HIV clinics often have this on site or by referral. If you feel overwhelmed, can't sleep, or your thoughts keep spinning, tell your medical doctor. There are effective treatments for anxiety and depression. I am sure this question has already crossed your mind. How do I protect my partner and how do I disclose? So step 5. Protect your partner. Until your viral load is undetectable, for 3 to 6 months straight, you must use condoms for sex. And sometimes I ask to refrain from sex. Do not share needles or syringes. If you are comfortable or close, you may disclose to your partner yourself. Or also ask your provider about partner notification services. In the US, the health department can notify partners anonymously so they can get tested without revealing your names. This part can feel scary, but it is also one of the most responsible and powerful things you can do. If you have a partner who is HIV negative, they may be able to take PrEP to reduce their risk. Once you have that emotional foundation in place and you have addressed the immediate safety of your partner, it's time to finally meet your HIV doctor. This person is going to be your biggest ally. During the first meeting, they're going to use specific labs to create a roadmap designed just for you. I know, the idea of more blood work feels exhausting, but in this next step, I'm going to show you which 2 numbers actually matter the most. The big ones are HIV viral load. This tells us how much virus is in your blood. CD4 count. This tells us how strong your immune system is. Resistance testing. This helps choose the best HIV medication. They may also check other sexually transmitted infection, pregnancy status if relevant, and other routine labs. They help your doctor know where you are today and how quickly treatment is working and if there is any co-infection that they need to treat. Now, take a breath. We are officially halfway through the 30-day roadmap. If you have made it this far, you have done the hardest medical and emotional heavy lifting. Now let's talk about the solution, starting treatment. HIV treatment is called ART, antiretroviral therapy. Today, HIV treatment is much simpler than it used to be. Many people take 1 pill once a day. Current guidance recommends starting treatment as soon as possible after the diagnosis. The goal is to bring your viral load down and your CD4 up. These are the most important numbers to remember. So in the beginning, use protection and follow your doctor's advice. In the first few weeks, some people have mild side effects like headache, nausea, loose stool, fatigue with dreams. Many people have no major side effects at all. And even if you do, some get better with time. But if you feel something severe, don't stop the medication on your own. Call your clinic. There are many HIV medication options today. The key is finding a regimen you can take consistently. Set an alarm. Use a pill box. Keep and connect it with something you already do daily, like brushing your teeth. So you can take your pill immediately after brushing your teeth. The first month is about building the daily habit of taking medication consistently. Expect follow-up. Your doctor will monitor your liver function and kidney function in 2 to 3 weeks to see if you are tolerating medications well. The viral load should start dropping after treatment begins, but it takes few weeks. Most people can become undetectable within months when they take medication daily, but you need follow-up. Don't skip appointment just because you are feeling fine. Feeling fine does not always tell us what the virus is doing. The labs do. Those are the medical steps. But to help you actually survive these first 30 days, I have put together a quick survival checklist. These are short, daily tools to keep your mind from spiraling. Keep it simple. Stick to a routine. Sleep and eat at the same time every day. Move your body. Even a 10-minute walk lowers your stress hormone. Watch the numbing. Avoid using alcohol, drugs to hide the pain. It usually makes the anxiety worse the next day. Find your community. You aren't broken. Connecting with others living with HIV is the fastest way to kill the stigma. Finally, know when to get help. If you have high fever or trouble breathing, see a doctor. And if you feel like life isn't worth living, call 988 or go to the ER. That isn't weakness. It's a medical emergency and you deserve help. I know that was a lot to take in, but if you are watching this, you have already taken the most important step. You have looked for answers instead of letting fear win. Testing positive can feel like the end of the world, but as we have seen today, it's actually just the beginning of a new, healthy chapter. You have a plan now, and most importantly, you have a future. So, over the next 30 days, just focus on the next right thing. Confirm the results, connect with your doctor, build your circle, and take that daily pill. You're not alone in this, and your life is just as valuable today as it was yesterday.